So last night we had this dramatic drop, and we were thinking, gosh, this is the end for Bitcoin. Are we going to lose the lows? And down we went all the way back on Sunday, back to the lows. This is starting to look like a triangle, which unfortunately, means that we've still got one more leg lower. The good news about this kind of pattern is that the leg that you see that breaks the bottom is usually the final leg, and then the short is over. As you know, on the daily, when we look in between our fib levels, our fib retrace levels, we bounced off the 38.2. We're underneath the 50%. So the next support comes in around 7,300, down to about 7,100. So as long as we stay underneath 8578, and as long as we stay underneath the 200 moving average, the path of least resistance is lower. If we are going to confirm this is a triangle, we are right now right at the resistance level where we're going to roll over. So this becomes A, B, C, D, E, and then we should see final leg lower. Okay, what I find interesting about this is that this swing was sort of 61.8 of this swing. This swing is kind of 61.8 of this first swing. So it all adds up to a kind of balanced triangle. Now, if we break out here, then that will be it, I think. If we make new highs and we break higher from here, the first place I'm going to look for resistance is if this, because this was a new low in the middle, then I would look for an ABC correction like this. So, in other words, ABC. Now this would take us back to retest the broken 50% fib level. So if we do break out to the upside, our first resistance is going to come in around that 85.80 resistance. So if we go up there and we fail, instead of a triangle, what we've done is just a big A, B, C correction, and we're still going to be looking lower. So our bull bear line, no matter what happens, is 8,580. And if we get above that, that's against Tether at Binance. We'll check some other prices in a minute, and that puts us then above the 200-day moving average, above the daily 20 moving average, and above the broken resistance level. So those are the two bearish options for a rally. Either we turn lower from here, or we turn lower from 8578. And if we trade above 8578, we have regained these important moving averages, this important fib level, and I would say that it's a good time to start buying Bitcoin. And then if we break out from this trend line resistance and we break above the daily 50 moving average and we break back above 9,500, then yeah, buy more. Definitely buy more. Mike North said, missed the last few updates. You're looking for some long-term buy and hold entries in majors. Is it okay to start accumulating? Well, for me, I think that there's a good chance that we head down to the bottom of the 7,000s. And because we've been bouncing here for a while, there's going to be some stops that are going to build up just underneath this level here. And so we might see a bit of a flush. In other words, we might see a bit of a spike that extends beyond that 7,000 level and snaps back. So we do need to bear that in mind. Where might it spike to? A little bit lower than here is the weekly 50 moving average, and it's at 6750, around there, 6,750. Now, I have bought back into some Bitcoin, and it's not all, I'm not all in by any means, but I bought a little, accepting that we may drop down to sort of 6,750, and I'm okay with that. But I don't want to get up one morning and find that it's taken off without me and I don't have a kind of toe in the water. So I would say if you're okay with some of them going down a little bit further, because a lot of these coins are at resistance and potentially have one leg lower. So for example, if we look at Litecoin, we're bouncing above the level where I thought we would come back to. I thought we would go down to 48. In fact, we found support at big round number 50. Litecoin does tend to do that, but there's still the risk that we do one more swing lower. If we look at, for example, ETH or Ripple, you know, they're all at resistance levels. This is Ethereum. This was a bear flag, false breakdown. We've only in fact retraced 50%. But if we look at our fib retrace levels from this low to this high, we're underneath the 61.8 but haven't reached the 78.6 fib yet. So until we recover or get back above this 190 level in F, the risk is that we go down to still for one more leg lower in this one as well. So I would say, yeah, it's fine to accumulate some, but we don't have in any of these major coins, we don't have trend reversals yet in terms of the daily moving averages. So they're not quite long-term buy and hold entries yet. They could easily turn into them. And Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin back above the 200 moving average and holding above would just be perfect. So that's where we are. We do look really bullish. This is a nice bullish reversal candle. So we made a new low last night in today's candle in Bitcoin. Closing more than 50% up makes it a bullish piercing line, but closing at new highs makes this a big bullish engulfing or a key outside day reversal. So when you have a big key outside day like this, often 50% back of today's rally would be our first place that we'd be looking for support. We can't really measure it now because the candle hasn't closed yet. We've got about another 4 hours, so we have to wait. But yeah, that's where I'd be looking. But either way, back above 8,580 and regaining the daily 200 moving average would be a very bullish move. And then I think you could put your toe in the water a little bit more. So that's how I see it with Bitcoin. So same pattern in ETH. The cool thing about this one is ETH didn't retest the lows. ETH really is outperforming Bitcoin. If you were going to like scale into something, ETH is the one. Let's take a look at ETH against Bitcoin, not Syndicator. Here's ETH against Bitcoin. Inverted head and shoulders pattern in this one, looking for a breakout. I'm going to switch to real candles because it's really clear the level in this one. And it's the 236 fib as well. So above 2216 ETH Bitcoin, we've got a really nice bullish reversal going on. If we look at how we're behaving underneath, we're not quite there yet. And we could, you know, until we're above it, we haven't really regained it. But it's been quite an impressive rally, and we would see more upside if this head and shoulders pattern would put us back to 28.90 and then above the 200 moving average in ETH Bitcoin as well. So a really nice look for a bottom. Just we need to wait for the breakout in ETH Bitcoin. And then ETH US dollar will outperform Bitcoin. So there was no retest of the lows. So we've got kind of messy double bottom going on here, haven't we? Swing failure pattern. If we get back above these daily moving averages here in Ethereum Tether, then we'll see much more upside. What's holding us back at the moment, remember we just talked about 50% of the candle. If we look at 50% of this candle in ETH, this is the level that's holding us, and it's 183.53. Okay, that's of this open close of this long Maribosu candle. 50% of these long Maribosu candles are often resistance. So 183.53. Back above there, that's going to now be our level, our bull bear line. Back above there, and we've reversed this, and we will have bullish inside bars instead of all of these just kind of not so much, you know, sideways inside bars. So 183.53, Binance Tether is the price. But if you look at the high that we made on the 1st of October, new monthly high would be a bullish reversal in ETH US dollar. So all right to buy it here, but again, just like Bitcoin, unless we can get back above that level, we're in a sideways, bunched up moving averages, no trend, and the risk is that this is just consolidation in a downtrend. So, you know, protect your assets accordingly, or, you know, position size accordingly. It's all right to put your toe in the water, but you really want a solid trend if you're going to jump all in, I think. Okay. Jonathan just wants it to drop lower so you can pile all in. I wonder if this is why Bitcoin keeps bouncing, you know. Let's see.